launch control. Oh, rev it. Hi everybody, hope you're good, because I'm good, and hope we can all be good together. Welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be looking at the Golf R, which is a very special car, and we're coming to you live from snowy Canada, which is also very cold. Again, smoke coming out again, so stay with me and let's go through this car together. Alright guys, so we're going to be looking at the exterior of the car, then moving into the interior of the car and looking at the features and the options, and then taking it for a spin around and doing some launch control for you guys. Alright guys, so let's go through the back of the car. Coming to the back, starting with the back, we have the quad exhaust, which gives it a very aggressive look, and the tinted lights, which also gives it an aggressive look. The tinted lights are obviously done after, but a very great addition, not too dark. Going to the side of the car, we got the Advanti winter tires from our friends in Canada. Looks very nice. Obviously these are not the original stock, but we do have to switch them for winter in Canada. Now moving to the front of the car, something very good and interesting about this car is made and assembled fully in Germany, and it's a first level Golf R that has a full digital instrument cluster, so you'll be able to see that momentarily. So in the front, as you can see, with the Volkswagen logo, this car has a lane keeping assist and the adaptive cruise control, so basically on the highway it will keep your lane and it would keep your distance between you and the front car, making it very easy to drive in the highway. And then mirrors with turn signals located on them, and obviously the R badge located on the side as well. Okay guys, so we're in the car. Let's go and turn it on. It has the push button start. The button's located right down there. So put your foot on the brake. Hit the button to start. Alright guys, so something very noticeable in the car is obviously the digital cluster. Coming onto the steering wheel on this side, we have the cruise control option, so basically turning it on, turning it off, and then your distance with the front car and your volume control. And then coming on to this side, basically what we have, your tracks, you can take it to front and back, and then controlling your instrument cluster using these two buttons to go through different menus, which we're going to go through. So going to the different menus with instrument cluster, you want to be pressing this button, as we can see right now. So this is the views. Basically, if you click it, you click on economy and range, it changes it in the middle. Coming down to navigation, again puts it back to navigation, what's in the middle. Going up to economy, different type of views. And then if we go over next, we go to audio, so it shows the type of music you're playing and things related to that. Click it one more is your telephone. Vehicle status. Lap timer, so if you want to go to the track, just press the button, put it on lap timer, and the lap timer starts. Driving data, again this can be changed, but shows your range, plus many other things. Travel time, distance, average speed warning, and obviously these could be set, the optional ones. Oil temperature, economy. Moving on to the infotainment in the middle, we have the main menu obviously right here when we press it, and then shows your car menu, full thing. So we have radio, media, navigation, telelink, traffic, app connect, vehicle, and telephone. Alright, so this car has the optional for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but before we go through that, let's go through some of the interesting features of the infotainment. So one of my favorite ones is the vehicle. Once you click on it, it tells you and it shows you different temperatures. So let's say the lateral G, the PSI. You can go through the menu. That was your performance monitor. This is the time lap timer. Some very cool feature is when you have your hand away from the infotainment, depending on the menu you're on, this can happen. In this particular menu, let's say you have your hand away from it and you can see, let's say the middle lateral G being bigger and open, but then once you take your hand closer, everything moves into place. Same thing occurs when you're in different menus. Okay, so the same thing occurs in the media menu, which is located on the left right here. So let's say if you have your media open and you have the menu up, everything minimizes, and once you take your hand close, everything maximizes, so you know exactly where to press for each selection button. So the options available to click on the side, you have your radio, you have media, you have phone voice, you have Navi, you have app, you have car, and you have menu. And everything here is all touch. It might look like a button, but it's actually touch, so you do have to take your finger, put it on, but you don't have to press it in for it to work. So just a look of Apple CarPlay. Once it's played, you have your phone, music, maps, messages, settings, obviously your Volkswagen app, going over Spotify, WhatsApp. So once you do click on it, information from that pops up. So let's say if we go on Spotify, you see Spotify popping up. Clicking here to go back, Google Maps popping up showing where we are, and then this type of map and music. So next cool thing is if you to swipe it over and click it on climate control, you have a full view of where the climate control is, where the air is coming from, displays and everything. You do have dual zone climate control located on the bottom, so you have the left for the driver and the right for the passenger, and then everything shows on the screen up top. One very cool feature in this menu is, again, once you bring your hand close, it opens up, and then once you click on air care, look at it right there, and then you activate it. So it's activated right now, deactivate or activate. What this is basically it uses the car filter and it particles out the pollen and the dust from inside of the car to the outside. Very good feature for people who have allergies and also are allergic to dust. So pollen or dust takes that out of the vehicle, so it makes it easier for you to breathe in the car and actually not cry when you're driving your car. So coming down, you have your heated seats located right here for both driver and passenger. Different areas where you can get the air to come out. So let's say the bottom, the top, the middle, and then you have your front and rear defrost, the off button, the fan speed, and the AC and the AC max. Coming down, we have a 7-speed dual clutch transmission with paddle shifters in sports mode. So we put it, let's say first if you put it into reverse, we do have the backup camera with guidance lines. Very good resolution. So once you put it in backup camera comes out like that. And then moving back down, put it into drive, move it over. You can shift up and down using this. Or let's say in sports mode, you have the paddle shifters located behind the steering wheel to shift up and down using that. This car also has 3 different buttons on this side and 1 on that side. So the first one is your driving mode. Once you click it, you have the menu coming up, and basically you have different options of going between eco, comfort, normal, race, and custom. Once you have custom, you click on it, then you go on adjust. You have all these options coming up, so your engine sound, your climate control, your drive system, your settings, and everything like that. That's for your custom. Eco just makes everything very eco. Comfort tunes up your exhaust a little bit. Let's go click on that again. And then once you put it in race mode is when you open up the exhaust and obviously puts the car into race mode. Coming back down, the second button is your auto stop and start feature. Believe it or not, even though this is a very sports car, you can save some gas by putting that on. Turns the car off when it comes to a stop and then just lets it turn back on in the same settings once you let your foot go off the brake. Next one is your traction control off. Press it fully for the traction control to be off. You have to hold it for 15 seconds or longer, and just press it once for it to halfway be turned off. And then your parking sensors on that side. So your parking brake, you pull it up to activate, look at it right there, and then have your foot on the brake, pull it down to deactivate. And then right behind it is auto hold. Auto hold, if you're not aware of the feature, is basically once you're in a complete stop, you can press it in traffic and the car holds its brake, and then once you put your foot back on the gas, the car lets go. So this way you don't have to put your foot on the brake and be in traffic while your foot is on the brake. Rev it! Pretty nice sound, you know. I was speaking about it, got that little pop. You guys are gonna be hearing more about it when we go on a drive, but pretty nice. Alright, driving the Golf R. Definitely hear those downshifts, the little pops. Yeah. So you can hear the pops, but I think people who have cat deletes and resonator deletes, as you said, would hear more pop even without a tune.
Yeah, for sure. It's a little bit toned down in the way it is right now. I'll put it on there. It's interesting.
Oh, there you go. We need to see how many G's we're going through.
Yeah, the exhaust is toned down a little bit. It is funneled through the speakers, which is also Fender audio. It is funneled. So it's not a fake amplified exhaust at least, but you don't get the same experience outside, at least at idle. When you're driving it, it's not too bad. When you're driving it, you're outside, you'll hear a little bit. So, not too bad. Not too bad. This is pretty cool. It shows you the turbo PSI. So when it reaches 15, that's how you know the turbo's actually kicking in. You see how all of a sudden it went up?
Yep.
Take it on the highway real quick.
Very good around turns with this four-wheel drive.
On eco and it chills out a lot. The exhaust is completely chilled out. The XL is much more relaxed, but I mean no one drives it like this, obviously, right? Obviously.
Guys, in the time we're making the video, we've only driven this car in eco mode for about probably that 5 seconds that we just put it in right now.
Yeah, you won't touch any of those other modes.
So to do launch control, what you want to do is you want to take the traction button, hold it for 15 seconds so it's fully traction off. If you press it once, it says traction off. If you hold it, then it says fully off. Put the transmission into DS, bring it all the way down, push it in to get it into DS. Put the foot on the brake, then you get your RPM to come up about 3,000 to 4,000, and then hold the brake and also gas at the same time once the car revs up, and let go of the brake, and then you can launch the car. All right guys, launch control time. Whoosh. Launch control. Holy shit. This is crazy. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed the video and the car. If you did, put a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, comment down below what cars you'd like to see next, or if there's another thing you'd like to see with this car, you'd like to see us more ripping it around from the outside or inside. But until next time, see you soon in my next video, and hope you have a good day.